Okay, so we join the party, or we join the group of strangers at this point, as you meet for the first time outside the great gates of this castle fortress. Um, in as I say, I'll let you guys get through your introductions first, and then we'll go from there.
Um, quickly,
Mhm.
where's my retinue? Wait, did we?
They're standing a short distance behind you as you've all come up to the gates.
Okay. And what does this area look like?
You're standing on a small cleared path at the edge of the forest. The mountain rises behind you, and the grey stone fortress is in front of you.
Okay. And in what relation to me are the other players?
They've all come out of separate directions. So one's come down, let's say you've approached from the eastern path.
And I
Gloin
approached
has
the
approached.
northeast, I think it was, from where we were.
Oh yeah, you've come through the. Okay, let's go back around and look at everyone's starting locations. So Ratty, you've come up from the south, coming in out from the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Viscount, you've come from the
Call
southeast.
me Joff.
Joff, okay, Joff, you've come from the southeast, coming up just at the edge of the forest. Gloin, you've come down following the edge of the mountain round, and Inspector Dots will have you coming from the odd direction because you've managed to wander about a bit further than you intended, and you're coming from the western path.
Exactly as intended.
Sure. Okay, so who wants to go first?
And just I would. So we got a letter, and we're here. In
Uh, the,
response to that.
in response to the messages, letters, and various other things which were sent to the players, uh, each one from a person named the long pause or gap in the message, King. You were all. I also made extra careful effort to make sure I mentioned to each of you that there would be other people arriving at the same time.
So I suppose standing amongst strangers, am going to quizzically look around, um, and cast my eye over the. I assume you're a human, are you, or you're an elf, Ozzy?
I'm a half orc.
Ah, half orc. Okay, I look over the half orc with a little bit of curiosity. Please describe your character to me.
Um, well, I am. Let me just check how tall I am. Oh, mate. Yeah, I am a towering figure. I am maybe not as wide as I am tall, but I am certainly very wide and very tall. You reckon probably about 6.5 foot tall, and I'm a big man. Like, um, some might say fat, but probably not to my face. I've got like graying hair, and at the moment I'm wearing clothes that look expensive but bedraggled. What else have I got? I've got an axe, a big axe on my back, and as you see me approach, you might see me gesturing behind me towards my retainers who are cowering some point away because I've told them to stay back.
So having looked you up and down a little bit, I'll kind of step towards you, and I'll say, you see, as I approach, I'm obviously a human. I'm about 5'8". I've got quite a small kind of athletic almost kind of figure. I weigh about 140 pounds. I've got neatly cropped brunette hair around the side, but it's longer on the top. And I've got a very well groomed moustache. Um, and I will approach you, having looked you up and down, and say, "Are you fellas here for the king?"
Our greetings, wayfarer. Uh, yes. Well, I suppose I am, yes. And who might you be?
And as you acknowledge that, I'm going, oh, brilliant, I knew it. And I quickly jot something down in a book, or a bit of parchment, rather. I'm Inspector Dots. I'm a detective of sorts, you might say. Who are your retainers, these fellows nearby? Are they also here? Did
Oh,
they
I
also
didn't
receive a
realise you.
letter?
I didn't realise you'd seen him. I'd commanded them to stay hidden back there in the bushes.
The bush is, I would like to point out at this point, is a forest, so it's kind of like they're half standing behind trees.
Yep,
Maybe he's very perceptive there.
perhaps I'll introduce you to them at some point in the future. But for now, how's
Oh,
about
no,
you?
no, my good friend. Oh, sorry. I mean, this creature, and of course, it's Ratman.
How dare you?
Ratman.
How dare you?
What the bloody hell are you talking about? I hope I haven't bumped into the only fool in these lands already.
And I kind of
Creature.
raise my fingers and point at the dwarf and the Ratman. The
Although I
dwarf.
think the half
How
orc
far
will
away?
be quite a bit over his head. So might
How
not just
far away
see
are
him.
they from me?
I'll say at this point you're all about 10 feet apart.
All right,
Oh.
I'm going to turn and look genuinely startled that there were other people present, and I genuinely hadn't noticed them. Jesus Christ! I'm gonna draw my great axe.
Stop,
Got pen and paper.
stop, man thing. And I'd like to extend my hand and trace a little sigil of warding in the air. Give myself blade ward for a second. Calm,
Nice.
calm. See? No weapon, no sharp spear.
Ah, which god do you follow, my good creature friend?
Ah, the great one, of course.
Ah, you must be talking about the god Hor. One who I have worshipped for many an age.
How much do I know about Hor?
You can make a religion check, or since you don't spend much time in society, you can assume very little.
Do disadvantage. 7.
7. As far as you know, that was a type of frost.
And the Lady of the Night.
Yes.
So
Or
I'm
Lady of the Night, yeah, that's a good one too.
That's where my head's went.
Yeah, same.
Sort of nod along as if I know, and take a look. Oh yeah, so like a big rat man, a couple of like horns on the top of his head, like
big?
sort of ram horn type things. They're only quite small at the moment. They look like they're sort of like growing. In like complete rags, has some ornate little leather, or not ornate, but a little leather like parcel thing, like holster thing on one side, and a short sword on the other. And he's got a glowing green crystal around his neck.
And
I'll,
how tall is he? Is he
it's-
big? Like,
I mean, he's big for a rat, but he's about.
yeah.
He's got white fur, and he's probably about like 3 foot,
Okay.
3 foot something. He's small.
Would I have ever seen this species before?
No.
I'm
The
gonna.
nearest thing you can equate it to would be a were-rat, which is.
I'm
normally
gonna
just
be
described in legend.
a little taken aback that he can talk and is obviously sentient. And I'm just going to mutter out "fascinating" and start jotting down notes and say, "Excuse me, sorry, I don't know your name."
Whatever you like. I care not.
Okay, Rat Man. Sorry. I've not seen one of your type before. What species are you?
And look at him and try and mimic the pacing in that and go, rat man. Have a look over and to round things off. I'll have a little look at this dwarf type character near me, try and assess what his intentions and actions are at the moment.
Oh, that'd be a towering 4'6".
Ooh.
220 pounds, so he's quite a stocky fella. But he's waving currently. As his eyesight's not that great. And he hasn't noticed the giant half orc standing there. He's got brown hair, quite olive skin, auburn. No, auburn hair. Auburn, that's what I put. Think Gimli, Lord of the Rings. A couple of throwing axes on his side and a big great axe in his hand. What else? Oh, chainmail. So it's clinking as he's walking towards you.
I'm watching him walk towards, and I yell out, or not yell out. I say, "Greetings, dwarf. I don't suppose you're one of these mountain folk, are you? Or are you more of the hills, fields, you know?"
Oh, very much mountain.
Ah, brilliant. It appears fate has weaved its web and entwined us all.
Whatever you say, weird man. And what the fuck is that? Pointing at that horrible rat thing.
I was going to say, as you finish approaching each other, you will hear a loud noise, and it should come up in a second.
A loud noise.
I was like, hang on, it should actually start.
Nope.
Oh, come on.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I
Oh
turned
my
it right up.
God. Oh my god.
That's so cool.
Inspector Dots visibly jumps out of his skin.
I'm going to ready my axe at that.
So, as
That's
the
major
gate,
armor.
as the gates of the fortress ahead of you swing open by themselves,
I'm going to put my axe away.
I, having jumped out of my skin, kind of realizing it's just a fanfare and noise and the gates are open, I quickly bob back down and pick up my dropped notes and kind of hurriedly put them back in my my bag.
I'm going to walk towards the door and say, this fancy pants lord of these lads, he can afford a bugleman, but no announcer. I'm going to look through the door for any kind of...
make a perception check.
Oh, can't.
Do you want me to roll it for you quickly?
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
There
His eyes
appears to
shut.
be some things on the other side of the gate.
Well, there's something around there.
Seeing as I'm looking as well.
I don't even know where Baldric is. Baldric, come here and have a look at this.
I didn't do any
So-
better.
Point. Yep. I was going to say, with a 2, you can tell that seems to go into a courtyard.
Am I allowed?
All feel free to try if you've got your token selected.
Here, you're
12.
a young-looking lad. Why don't you have a look at this?
And a 16. There we go. We got enough to get through
I think the rat saw something.
that. So, Kaneki, you'll see it leads into a empty courtyard with the actual fortress section of the fort at the back. And Ratty, you will see there is one ruined building inside and a well. In addition,
CC
Oh,
water.
well.
My
See.
eyes do see.
it's also notable that there is no people anywhere to be seen.
I would like to note to people that there's no people around.
Right. Well,
I'm-
I guess
I'm-
the
Oh,
well,
oh,
Oh,
oh.
I'm gonna stand in front of everyone and go, oh,
I'm
What are we
going
doing?
to. I think that's fate calling us. I believe that's an invitation to enter. This must be everyone.
of course it's a bloody invitation to enter. Are you stupid or something?
Yes, yes.
I'm not stupid. I'm smart. I'd already worked that out. Right,
And
come
I'm
on,
gonna
everyone, follow me.
Start walking towards.
Aye.
Okay, you head across a small bridge which leads over a dry moat in front of the outer walls. As you head through into the courtyard, the gates swing shut behind the group after the last member is in, also shutting out your retinue, I'm afraid.
Oh,
Jeff.
bloody hell. Told them to keep up.
You now stand in an empty courtyard. One dilapidated building sits in one corner, a well sits nearby, and the actual fort section of the fortress is in the back left corner as you've entered. You can see on top what appears to be vegetation growing. A small number of trees and bushes stick up above the sightline. That is it for now. It's quiet and eerie. What do you want to go to?
Right,
I
well,
must-
now we're here. Now we're fucked. We can't get out. What exactly is it we're here to do?
I would like to repeat my invitation out loud from memory, please, Craig.
Give me a second.
What's your intelligence?
He doesn't need to. As you repeat. Hang on, do you want me to send it to you so you can read it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's coming up now.
You're
There
going to
you
get so sick of this.
Oh, have you got Kim?
To Inspector Dots, your presence is formally requested for the fourth time now. Please attend as soon as possible, as soon as you are able, at his residence at the foot of the Whitehorn Mountains. The other guests may be a strange assortment, but do be as polite as you're able. Yours, the King. Well, I must say, I did expect the King to live somewhere a bit fancier. I should have known this was a ruin. Very peculiar.
At a note, the fortress is impeccable. Only the building
Oh.
outside it is ruined.
Fortress is impeccable.
Who are these strange fellows you're talking about that you're supposed to be meeting here? I see. Oh, you're talking about the dwarf, aren't you?
It must be. I mean, I do come from a very boring town. You see, I think they just assume we're all so close-minded, but no.
Yeah, well, I come from a very a mixed background, I suppose you could say. I won't get into it now, but I feel some kind of affinity to this weird, disgusting rat creature that stands by my side.
Yes, yes, we friend.
Friend. Yes, I suppose. A friend, yes. I look a little bit scared when he talks.
Glance over this armored dwarf. I assume your armor looks quite nice, doesn't it? Like it's
I
not
mean, it's like-
tattered or anything.
Chainmail, it's fairly. You can tell it's seen action. Yeah, it has been fought in.
You look like a man of war. I mean, it would be good to have a man at arms around us. This is a very peculiar situation. I do believe we're being beckoned towards a keep. It would be rude not to push on. Wouldn't you agree, Mister
Gloin Braun, and
Gloin, of course.
I'm going to stand between you, interrupt you, and look at Loin and say, "You do realise that your dwarf folk were taught the way of the axe by us orcs?"
The last orc I saw, I killed.
Aye. Yes, but did he have an axe? Is the question I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Hey, make a history check.
He doesn't anymore.
Why don't you show me that thing of yours? I say as I pull out my
Did he have an
great
axe? No.
axe.
No idea.
Yep, you
I'm
can't remember.
gonna take out my great axe. you see the craftsmanship on this? Let me have a look at yours.
Oh, I will draw my axe.
No, I don't want a picture of it. I want to see your axe. Sorry. Craig, whose axe looks better?
I'd say Gloin's using a military sort of standard issue
Hmm.
in the dwarven style.
I'm a
So,
Viscount.
better is. I was
I'm
going to say you're
thinking-
using the one you've bought with you,
Well, yeah, mine's certainly been used.
which you took out hunting, so it might not be your nicest axe.
Right.
If I
Mine's,
remember the
mine's
end of your...
basically like a. Well, no, it would be like my standard carry around axe.
Yeah,
So you're
That's
saying his looks better?
would argue military dwarven craftsmanship is going to be fairly sturdy.
Hmm.
Look at that, Gloin. What do you think? Would
It's
you
very
like to have
nice.
this axe instead?
No.
Well,
No.
you can't have it.
I like mine.
Right. Well,
It's mine.
good for you, I suppose.
He has killed many orcs.
Yeah. Well, I hear a lot of that around these parts.
But that be
I,
why I'm here.
You're here to kill orcs, are you?
Actually, I don't have the access to my note, but I think it was something to do with. I'm trying to think back to what we were.
That's going to say.
It was
your-
like a friend. Went
Yeah,
missing.
your friend
Something
from the
like that.
military who's gone missing was alluded to in the note.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah. That's true.
I'm gonna stand as tall as I can and being as intimidating as I can, and I'm gonna say to the dwarf, "Now let me tell you this: I may look like my orc kin, but as you can tell, I neither sound nor smell like them. You
I would
trust
like
me?
to smell
I'm
him
not
when
one-
he says that.
I'm not one of them."
I trust you for now.
Right.
Don't
Well,
worry about that. We're gonna need each other.
okay.
Okay, I'll assume this has been going on as you were walking to the door of the keep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure
You
the fellow
are-
count did say follow and
Yeah,
followed probably.
I was going to say. I like that this is just happening as you're walking across.
Although those two talking to each other, he's about 2 feet taller.
Yeah,
More than
I
that,
think so.
I'm six
Quite
and a
a-
half. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
2 feet,
4.5. So it's
Cool.
quite a stretch.
Okay, as you get to the keep doors, they open once again by themselves. As you do, the lights come on. Vision day. And I will move one of you, and you will... There we go.
Oh, let there be light.
Let there be light. You come into a grand reception hall.
Ah, I don't
Well-
see anything. Sorry.
Well-made stone walls and various other things. Various sconces are on the thing. Before you is 2 great wooden doors. That's about what you can see from there. But it's well appointed and well lined. You can see the stairs going either side of the room at the front. And
It's
go ahead and
stone,
we can...
I assume.
The whole place is stone, yeah.
Very
Ooh.
nice. Like my mountain home.
So-
Well, this is a.
no,
I
you
suppose
should-
it might be a nice place to live, but it seems a strange, foreboding place. Imagine having no servants to greet us. What kind of poor person builds a house like this?
And it is deathly silent. Apart from the rattling of outside wind, etc.
Hello,
feel
hello.
free to-
I shall lead your way. I shall lead the way, but I'll need your eyes as my gentleman's gentleman Baldric isn't here right now. I'm sure you guys will get to meet him.
As long as I
Yes,
don't have
we-
to stand next to this rat.
I
We-
suppose
we
we ought
follow,
to bang
follow.
on this door.
As you bang on the door, make a melee attack roll for me.
Oh.
Unarmed, if you're
Uh,
banging on the door.
Unarmed.
9.
I clicked it.
I was going to say, yep. So you rolled a
Nine.
9?
I rolled a 2.
You got a 9 in total. As you bang on the door, you feel little vibrations coming back across. But nothing serious.
Abnormal.
Also, everywhere you can see those brown lines is a door, so do feel free to try them.
Well,
By the way,
Dwarf
I've
Master.
still got a black screen. By the way,
Oh, hang on. How's that?
I'm zooming out. Black screen.
Oh, God's sake. Ownership. How's that now?
Black screen.
What?
Can you
Are
try
you on the
moving my
right map?
token?
Hit select map for me. Are you on
Ground floor.
Ground floor. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. View. Enter. Center players on current view.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
Were you miles off?
maybe.
Here, Master Dwarf, why don't you check one of those doors over there? Someone's got to be around here somewhere.
I will check one because I want to check it, not because you've told me to.
Well, I suppose it's just a coincidence then.
Aye.
I
Which
glanced
door
at
do you
my
want to
axe.
check?
Normally, would have a reception of some sort. This is most peculiar.
Okay. Gloin, as you reach that door, it is also locked. Do you want to try banging on it?
I will give it a quick thump.
Okay, unarmed attack if you would.
Little tap.
19. Roll damage. 4. Okay, as you bang on the door, you get pushed. You feel a strong vibration building back towards you, and you are pushed back 10
Ugh.
feet.
What the fuck was that?
Try the other one.
That door just pushed me.
Is magic?
That might be. I don't really know magic. Crazy rat thing.
Here.
Kaneki, do you want to try the door you're by?
Yes, please.
These
I-
two doors
I-
are open.
I was
I'd
going
like
to gently rap on it. So I suppose I awkwardly stumble through and I
As I say, it
freeze
just
in place.
immediately opens as you push
Yeah.
any weight on it.
I
Is there a
freeze in
point-
place, expecting to see a room full of people I've just interrupted, and kind of sigh a breath of relief that there's no one here.
There we go. I have opened that one up so everyone should be able to see through it now.
Is there a point at which I get to whisper into Kaneki's ear?
If you would like to, as he's stumbling back through the door.
I'm just going to tell him to keep an eye on the dwarf.
Did you say what happened with this big door here?
He didn't beat the check of 10, but it would have been the same effect as the other door.
I pushed him back, my meat back 10 feet.
I would like to look around at the party and say, do you gentlemen know where we're meant to be going? I mean, it seems odd that they'd be behind a locked door, but I'm confused as to why we haven't been received.
It's been
Well,
a
it's
while
simple,
since
we
I
just-
read my note.
We find the lord of the house. You see, the thing is, you commoners, one thing you guys don't realise is that sometimes us lords and ladies of the realm, we might fall into hard times, we might not be able to afford servants and stuff, but we are still, genetically, by right of the will of the gods, lords and ladies of this realm. So, I mean, he's still got a big house, he might not have any servants, but we just find him and we'll talk to him, and then I'm sure we'll get this all sorted out. So, it's up to you
So-
guys to find him.
Are you saying we should be opening this door?
I think you should open that door, yes.
I would like to turn to the door, and
Okay.
you're not going to believe this.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just double check something.
You're going to cast Knock.
Like to watch intently as to what he's doing.
I would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to look at the door, look like I'm trying to be a little bit quiet, and then I would like to burn a second level second level spell slot, and cast Knock.
Fair enough. I need to check something.
300 feet, loud
Oh.
knocking sounds.
Making sure he's heard.
Yep, I was going to say. It's.
And if it's magically locked, it unlocks. If it's not magic, it also unlocks.
Here's the marvellous thing. It's not locked. Because the effect that affected Gloin is actually a form of barrier over the door.
Mm.
So, whilst, yes, the door is now unlocked, there's still a barrier in front of it.
See.
I suppose if he's magic, he knows that.
Oh,
I would've-
it does say stuck or barred.
Yeah, barred, but
So,
not like a force field in front of it.
Yeah.
It says, oh, so there's a four. Wait,
Literally, no
I'm
one's
confused.
actually touched the door. That's kind of the point. It's a similar effect to Wall of Force.
Yeah, 'cause the door pushed back on Gloin and pushed
So
him.
you
away.
Ah,
So you practice the magic arts there, do you, my human friend?
oh yes, yes. I dabbled a bit in my younger years. I was a musician long ago.
And I trust these gifts were bestowed upon you by some divine power, and you didn't steal them from the winds of magic.
Only the divine power of music, my good sir. Also,
That's
I
right.
do
know
believe I
not
have.
that God. If I had my scribe here, I'm sure I could have him.
I have. Thankfully announced our presence. I do have a feeling that anyone in this building would have heard a loud rapping sound as I
That's
did
a good
this.
point. I need to wake those people up.
I suppose you're at least useful in some way.
Okay.
I'm beginning to think here the only person of use is that sneaky creature who stays skulking in the shadows and just lurks and watches.
Oh, that is gonna be looking at this door that hasn't. Would he tell there's like a barrier there from watching, or?
If he was watching when Gloin hit on it hard enough to get pushed back, yes.
Just gonna pull out his pistol and shoot at the door.
Fair enough.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll for me. 18.
Let's do
Yep,
it.
that's gonna hit. The bullet ricochets directly off and disintegrates as it hits the roof.
Can I ask a quick, slight law question?
Yeah.
Sure.
How common are guns? Am I
Fairly
likely-
uncommon. You're not
Right.
likely to have seen one.
What the hell was
I was
that?
gonna say, Jesus Christ, you weird little thing! What kind of boomstick is that you've got there?
Yes. It's good. It's good. Good warpstone. Good power. And he'll put it back in his little holster.
I don't suppose you mind I take a look at that weapon of yours?
I'm taking notes. I was moving away to sit down to wait to be received, but having seen him shoot the door, I am utterly fascinated.
Later.
He can use tools.
We find a way. Yes. You leader. You
My
leader.
good friend, yes, I am your leader. We're all friends here, and I shall take us to many riches and much success. But I feel I must inspect this weapon of yours right now. Please.
Yeah, I'll give it to him unloaded.
We could do a roll if you want.
Nah, I think he'll allow it.
Right.
And this one.
I immediately fire it at the door.
It's unloaded, so it just goes click.
Oh, I see. Some kind of magic stick that your will is tied to.
Yeah,
Impressive. Very impressive. I've only seen wizard poke this sort of thing before. But I must implore you, all you have to do is pray to a god, a benevolent, powerful being, and they will bestow upon you great power. And I'll show you one day.
Ah, yes,
Better
great
than
one.
that boomstick of yours.
We like power.
Yes. If you like power, I
Yeah.
can tell you about my god, but that's for another time.
As I say, you also notice that the doors have closed silently behind you since you came in.
Oh.
Right? Where were we?
I was gonna say, I believe Kaneki was waiting to be received, and I think everyone else is slowly clocking onto the fact that this is like a ghost town.
Not
Gloin
me.
was just looking up these stairs, just listening, see if there's any.
There is a second floor. There's no one has moved. Nothing's coming.
Yeah.
You can't hear anything moving, except for the odd scuttling here and there.
Ah,
Do you want to try this door?
Yeah, it's open,
What's
isn't
Fred
it? Is
Boat doing?
Hang on, let me
What's the
clear it.
bot doing? Making random
No, that's
noises.
Chris playing with a guitar. If you move now, you should be able to see into the room as you push that door easily open.
Oh, nothing.
Uh,
Oh, what? There's
actually-
a thing on the table.
Okay, you come into the kitchen. There's a stove still burning and a small bubbling bottle on a table.
Ooh.
If you hit object as you're on selection, you can actually read some of the items which are interactable.
Ooh.
Would you like to pick up the bottle?
Did you make this map yourself?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Which is
like-
why some of it's not exactly to scale.
that's
Well,
good.
from where I'm standing, I can only see Koneki.
You used
Don't-
Incarnate, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. So, do you want to take the bottle on the table?
I'm gonna call the others in. Everyone, what? Look at this. What is it?
So I'll
See
give
if
everyone a
anyone's
chance to
listening.
respond.
Oh, you hear that? It's the sound of a dwarf mewing in the darkness. I suppose we'd better go and help him.
What's that
There's
line?
no one here, but there is a smouldering fire.
Oh, yeah, I've
Whatever.
Got to turn Fred boat
Oven.
down a little bit.
Take
Fair
it up and hand it to me.
I don't want to touch it.
I bid you, sir, take up the potion and hand it to me.
You
It's
are
like,
not
I
my
don't think you can reach
superior.
it, to be fair. It's quite a big table.
Yeah, he's only a little man.
Ah, very well, I shall do it myself.
Fair
Where
enough.
oh, there you are. Right, you. Clamber up onto that table, take up that potion and hand it to me.
How big is Viscount?
6'7"
Yep.
tall and about 5 foot wide.
Oh, clamber up on that table and hand him the potion.
Fair enough. You hand him the potion, excuse me, while I remove it.
Oh, thank you, my good furry fellow. You know, we broken things, cripples and bastards should stick together.
Okay. The potion has a viscous, orange, bubbling, and slightly glowing property.
Right? Bubbling.
Do you want to make any checks on it to work out what it does?
Doesn't look
Uh,
like beer to me.
I'm going to look at it
Okay.
and I'm going to say, well, I know a person who could figure this out. If there's one smart man I know in this place, anyway, it's. Oh, there you are. You there. What's this? I hold it out, but don't give it to him.
I would like to look at it.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Maybe I will.
19. This is a potion of dark vision. You've seen
Oh.
them somewhere before.
Oh, I've seen these before. That my good friend is it's a potion of dark vision. Just chug that, and you'll be able to see in the dark.
The weakness of humans. Not being able to see that. Where's the others? You lot, come here. This bloke can't see in the dark. Yeah, I suppose you better take this.
I kind of sheepishly, thank you, and place it in my bag.
Bloody humans. To think I was born of one.
You two see good in dark?
Yeah, I can see it. Oh, can't you see in the dark, my little furry friend?
Yes, mine eyes do see.
I've lived many years underground. I can see
Yeah, mine.
perfectly well in the dark.
I know you can't, dwarf. Many of your kin have slain many of my kin in the Underdark.
Yeah, you
What's
bet.
doing in the Underdark? That's a different matter.
I don't know. I'm just saying Underdark.
Trying to tunnel beneath the dwarves.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well,
Unsuccessfully.
Gentlemen, this potion may be of some relevance to our investigation here. Perhaps we should, I don't know, go upstairs. We have to find the gentleman who summoned us here.
That sounds a good idea, little boy.
All group
Well,
up
this is
together
where
and
I
look
need my
for-
man Baldric. I don't know where he's got to. I
it?
suppose I do hope
I
he's
Just
was
stop
trying
there.
to group up with everyone and then they move.
Yeah, you could group up so I can move you all at once. So, No, stop moving. Stop moving.
There we are.
Stop moving.
I think
Oh
Chris
my
is
God.
moving my token.
I have to
I
do
don't
this
think I can.
without- There we go.
Hmm.
I have to do that without breaking the movement on my mouse, or you will reveal the entire map by accident.
That's alright. We can.
Okay. You are now on the next floor if you move across a bit.
Right, what's going on here then? We look.
Okay. You come up to what seems to be a number of rooms very closely bundled together. From here, you're not going to be able to tell what they are, but this area does seem as if it's been set to be warmer.
Hmm. Those actual carpets.
Those are actual carpets.
Ugh,
Rugs.
lovely.
Huge rugs.
All of these doors shut.
They are all shut. Pick one if you want to go and try and open it.
The hell are we supposed to go?
Alright.
I am going to turn
Knock,
to the
knock.
others.
As you
And-
knock, the door opens immediately. Hang on, let me clear the area for it. There you go. If you move again, you'll be able to see.
I guess
This
I'll move
appears to
in.
be a bedroom. Even
These-
Uh,
These do
Right.
appear to be some kind of arcane doors. Or perhaps they're sentient as well.
arcane. You telling me
They're
we're in
just
some
normal.
kind of a mad wizard's palace? I thought we were meeting a genuine lord, a man who could kill a man with his bare hands, not some cowardly wizard who shoots from afar. Meaning no offence, my furry little friend.
I once investigated a case of a gentleman who, during a tavern brawl, somehow managed to kill 3 men with only a single quill.
I'll tell you what that is. That's Fireball.
That's
I've
Wick,
seen it
Wick
before.
Johnson. Yes.
Wizards are a pure evil. They use spells like Fireball and Fire Bolt and Fire Lash, and they burn people to a cinder.
Holding there for one moment. Right, as you move and open that door, I assume you're planning to,
Yeah.
you
why
see
not?
inside a selection of linens, various cloths, bed sheets, and one wall which looks a little odd. Which
A
you can
wall
probably
that looks a
make
little
out.
odd.
You can probably
Ah.
make out there. It's obvious enough that you wouldn't need a passive perception check for it.
That's
Where's
good
that?
because mine is 10.
Where's the rat gone?
Come. Find.
Yeah, well, there's nothing in that room.
You haven't really looked through that room if you want to.
I have said there's nothing in that room.
Okay.
I actually do look visibly uncomfortable of the amount of rooms we're going in.
Gloin,
Can
you
I
have-
roll a perception or insight? Can I roll insight?
on
Try and
what?
detect this visible uncomfortableness.
We'll leave that for the moment. Gloin, as you walk in,
Oh.
you get the stone cunning ability from your race, don't you?
Yes, that's right.
This section of wall appears to have been built hurriedly by placing a lot of ramshackle stones. It could probably be knocked down fairly easily.
That wall looks very weak. Make way for me.
This
Everything's
this is arousing me.
Charge through it.
Joining.
You're just going to try and charge through it.
Just gonna like shoulder barge.
Okay,
hope it doesn't
athletics
crush
check,
him.
if you don't mind.
Am I allowed to, as they're doing that, use my reaction to kind of jump out of my skin and yell out in protest?
I was gonna say
I mean,
I would like to protest this as well.
Oh yeah, I'll
he's
give you a
running,
few
he's not
seconds
really
while he's charging. He's just, you can see him. Maybe he's rocked backwards, ready to push his shoulder forward. So
In the corner.
Yes,
Gloin,
yes, yes,
Gloin, Gloin, no, we're guests in this house. We can't simply knock down their walls. What are you, mad?
we are guests of no one. There's no one here. What's going on?
Someone made that fanfare as we entered. Someone sent these letters. It's all connected, can't you see? Perhaps this is a trap in itself.
Yeah, it's a trap set up by that orc thing.
I'm standing right here, by the way.
Yeah,
I'll say
Yeah,
he's
he's-
aware.
looking at you.
Uh,
Are you going to continue charging, or have they talked you out of it?
No, yeah, it would have stopped as soon as they called his name.
Fair enough.
He's quite headstrong, but he's not dumb.
Well, if your guy was smart, you know that there are other ways to approach some kind of a secret door or passage.
That's what
You
you're
would
trying to
go
do.
up to it and you investigate it.
Okay,
I
make your investigation.
You would
Your
like to
way.
roll investigation?
Yeah, that's fine. 11. It looks like the rocks were placed from the other side.
Okay,
Wow.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
That wall.
Yeah.
Now, as we approach the keep, we would have seen the outside of the building, wouldn't we?
You did, and if you recall, I said there was a tree. There were trees and things growing on the top.
Yeah. Now, would I, considering I've kind of simply walked up some stairs and gone, know roughly where I am in this building?
You would have a reasonable idea that you're coming towards the front.
Now, roughly, thinking back, when we approached, if there is a false wall there, how much room is behind that false wall? Is there enough room for, say, a great hall, or
There
is it?
is enough room for a staircase.
I see.
Well then, what are we gonna do now?
Well, we need something intelligent or someone intelligent to investigate it. Creature,
Yeah, yes.
you seem wise in the ways of engineering.
Yeah.
Would you mind having a look at this wall?
Ooh, I could use background for it, but I'm actually just going to go up and throw a hammer at it and see what happens.
Can I protest?
make
Can I
your-
stop him? Can I use my
I'll
reaction?
say he's just immediately throwing a hammer, unless you have defense style and a shield. Not defense
I
style,
have
but the one
defense.
that lets you block people's attacks.
One sec.
Oh.
Look, you've upset him.
Regardless, I'm going to roll the attack for him for what's going to happen with the hammer.
I'm going to at least attempt.
You can catch him after
You
he's
can
thrown
make it
it.
an
He's
automatic
immediately
fail
thrown
if you
it.
like, but I would like it known that I'm trying to stop him.
Yeah, I would also let out a.
I was gonna say, as the hammer flies the 5 foot, it immediately just knocks a small section of the rocks away as you grab onto his arm to try and.
I would like
A bit like-
to attempt to slap the rat.
We will wait till he gets back for that,
With the
but you can
backhand.
now see there is a proper room on the other side of these rocks. Which, unlike the rest of this area, is not clean.
How high up was that bit of wall missing? At least chipped away.
I'm going to guess, considering he's a small creature, it's probably about 5 foot high. The
I'm
whole
actually
highest.
Oh,
in-
can't actually see into it then.
Inspector Dots, by the way, after letting out his shriek, is noping the hell out of that situation.
I am what after the slap or before the slap?
Well,
Uh,
I'm just gonna clear a
I'll witness a slap, and I'll see everyone's eyes dart up to this hidden compartment, this hidden room, and I'm just, no, I feel bad enough going in these rooms, let alone.
I'm going for a wee because I'm actually.
I need a wee as well.
We'll take a quick break.
So basic. Okay, we'll take a break. Right, cool.
We'll take a quick break. Simon's not back yet.
No, just got.
Oh,
back.
he's just got back, of course.
Give me a minute.
Is this working, by the way?
I can hear it strumming up here.
That's cool.
It's a...
I'm not actually playing.
Fair enough.
I'm looking at. I'm like out in the hallway, looking a bit shaken.
Fair enough. We're going to take a quick break because they've.
Return.
Aha, okay. So
Would
we're gonna
I-
back up.
Just a quick question. With the door downstairs that had a force field
As I say,
around it?
magical barrier in front of it. Yes.
Well, it's not a magical barrier because Nock would get rid of that. But
No, it
I
only
assume-
undoes magical locks on the door. That's
It-
not on the door; it's in front of the door.
magical means that prevent access. Because I was assuming it was a wall of force. Would I have recognised it as that?
It's a very high-level spell for what you would have recognised, so probably not.
Well, no, it did
But I-
force Gloin back when he tried to.
Yeah,
But
was gonna say,
I
when he-
would recognise that I don't recognise it.
you
So
would
I know
recognise
it.
the
I
spell-
would know it's magic well beyond my means.
Yes,
Cool.
Ah,
and also the only thing that can dispel a wall of force is a
Disintegrate.
high-level spell. Yeah,
Yeah, disintegrate.
Well,
It's
I guess we
equivalent
can
to
only assume this place belongs to a wizard.
Okay, so we'll go back to with the Viscount attempting to slap
Oh.
the rat.
I think a secret door.
Sounds a
was
bit-
revealed.
Bit of a euphemism.
That was
Slap the
intentional.
rat.
That's where the hammer's gone through the wall.
Ah,
Playing whack-a-rat.
So how do we want to RP out the slap here?
yeah, sure, he
Um,
slaps him.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'll
you
take it.
So I'm
Yeah, I'll take a little slap to learn to get in line with the party.
I'm gonna grab the rat by the hand with which he threw the hammer, and with my other hand, my left hand, I'm just gonna give him a bitch slap.
Backhanded it's.
A little bit puncy
Do
for
you want me
police.
to would you like me to roll?
I'd say the rat said he'd be willing to accept it, so we'll set that as a pass.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, when I say stay your hand, creature, you stay your hand. There could be forces around here that we do not understand.
I would like to pipe up with that comment that some of these doors seem to be locked, like the big one downstairs. In fact, yes, yeah, I believe.
Hey, I can't
The
hear you
cat-
bumbling over there in the darkness. Come over here and speak to me.
I kind of lean my head in. I go, I believe the Viscount is correct. There's magic afoot here, high level magic, well beyond that of any simple spellcaster.
Ah, see, I know buildings. Rats good. We go through everywhere in building. Look, see hole.
Well, I can tell you now, the only rats I've ever known are the ones that dwell in the sewers and wallow and shit. And they don't seem to know anything about the practices of man or orc. None
Just
of the
gonna be nodding
advanced
head.
races of this world. So how did a creature such as yourself, who thinks it's smart to throw an hammer at some kind of magically barred door, come across such a fine artifact as that powder weapon you have in your hand?
As
do
you
I
guys are
press
as I say, you haven't seen him load it, so no. Also, as you guys are talking, the stones are now going to begin crumbling down, slowly losing structural integrity, until
Uh-oh.
a doorway appears. Oh, I've just put that on instead of taking it off. My apologies.
All right, creature, you've started, so you may finish. Make us a way through.
Oh.
So you could literally just push through it. It's literally not very well built.
Right, go on, barge his way in.
So you just walk through the stone.
Oh,
Inside, you
try
see
not
on the
to step
floor
on the skeleton.
a small dead body, probably a halfling based on the size, and a large chest.
What is
A
going
very
on
large
here?
chest.
That chest is huge. It's about 10 feet long.
Yeah, it's supposed to be massive.
I think it's safe to come in here. There's just a dead man thing.
Can I hear any of this?
From there, yeah, the doors are open now. So
He's not shouting, but he's
I'm-
loud.
I'm kind of shuddering, thinking, what a bad idea. What a bad idea. If I had a cigarette, I'd be smoking it.
also, the stairs lead up to another floor.
I'd like to put my hand on Rat's shoulder and say, "Come on, my lad, you're doing well. I may speak harshly to you, but you've been a good servant thus far.
Yes, we go.
Lead us into the passage."
And they'll tap on his little holstery thing and he'll go, "Good job, powerful man."
Yes.
Powerful man thing, sorry.
Manflesh.
Yes, you can refer to me as Viscount. That is my title in the lands of men.
Lord, you call him, almost.
Viscount.
Do you call a Viscount a lord?
Think so?
Technically, yeah.
Do they? I don't know actually. I'll have a look.
You can refer to me as Lord Joff.
Yes. Orc thing.
Yes, Lord Joff. Right, on you go.
Ooh.
Okay, you come into the room. You also see the skeletal remains as well as the large chest.
What's
Right,
connected?
well-
What's?
Something's afoot here.
And the stairs leading up, with a gentle breeze coming down.
The chest
Well-
appear to be locked or anything?
The
So,
chest is partially
on it,
cracked
though.
open, to be honest.
This shouldn't be a problem for me. I've seen people do this many times. Right, so all I have to do is I take something sharp and I jam it in the hole here. So I would like to take... Shit, what do I have that's sharp? Can
So-
I... No, I don't want to wreck on a bite
Wait.
tag. I'm going to use my great axe and jam it in the keyhole.
There isn't a keyhole. It's
Oh.
just a flat, closed chest.
Oh, right, I'm going to jam it wherever I see fit.
There is a small gap, and it just immediately pops halfway open due to your strength.
There we are! You see, I told you I know how to do it. And I would like to peer inside.
Inside, you see a selection of gardening tools, a few bags of small seeds, and some very, very nice gardening gloves.
Nobody's having a look there. I just want to have a look at this little skeleton.
Okay, he appears to be holding a trowel.
Just see sort of rough sort of size. Is he like man size?
Size, he's
Oh.
halfling sized.
Yeah.
Shorter than a dwarf.
fella. This little wee thing.
Where's Kaneki Dot?
I'm sitting outside in a bit of a panic, and I'm scrawling notes down that we have been invited to this castle with no reception. Don't know what the fellas were up to in that room beyond smashing down that wall, but I overheard that there was a corpse, so I'm writing case notes for a potential future investigation.
Well, it looks to me like whatever is down here doesn't belong to us. I suppose I ought to close this chest, and then all the goods within that do rightly belong to this here wizard who runs this strange house of strange things shall stay in the chest. And I would like to perform a sleight of hand check, please.
What would you? Okay, go
to
for it.
take
Everyone
the
else
gloves
is.
as I close the...
That's fine. Make a sleight of hand check. It'll be against everyone else's passive perception who's in the room.
I'll say Gloin's not paying attention to him. He's looking up the stairs, I think.
Fair enough. So you choose to fail. Vesk,
Yeah.
1.
Rat, a 1. Everyone sees you take them. It's really obvious.
Gloin doesn't actually. Well, Kaneki wouldn't see. And...
Yeah, can you go as far as to say I could hear the sleight of hand?
You can hear him stuffing gloves into his pocket.
Yep. Alright. So I stuff the gloves in my pocket and close the
Well,
chest.
he actually rolled a 3. So...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What are the gloves?
They're very nice gardening gloves. That's it.
Okay, I shall write that down.
Oh dear. Do we want to head up the next floor, or do we want to keep exploring this floor?
Gloin's just standing upstairs. See if he can feel any breeze or anything. Anything.
There is a breeze coming from the next floor.
It's a bit drafty up there. What's going on? It'll just take note.
Fair enough.
Get back up.
That's fine.
Trying to
Right,
find
well, I
wherever
suppose we
this-
better find the master of this house, the mischievous bastard he
gonna-
may be.
If
with
you all group up on
feminine
the stairs, I can move you down to the next one, or do you want to try more
Let's just have a
doors on this floor?
look around
Oh,
to see where the other dude was.
He's
When
not
everyone goes out-
stairs out here,
No.
or are they both going down? These ones.
They both go down. It sort of
Oh.
connects and then goes down.
So where? What?
So there's one way to go.
Yes, you haven't seen in there yet,
Uh.
but the others have discovered stairs going up in that hidden room.
Yeah. I don't know what I would do in this situation.
When
I
Everyone
feel very much like a criminal.
Okay, sorry. Rat, you
well,
were trying to speak. Hang on, hold. Let Simon say what he's trying to say.
say when everyone else leaves the room, I want to take an arm bone and put it in my backpack.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Maybe-
You can add one tibia. No, that's the
Maybe
leg. I forgot
as
the name of the
people
bone.
come out, someone says about there being a corpse in a bad state in there. Maybe I'll have the courage to go in.
You might have heard.
Yeah,
Gloin
Gloin
say-
mentioned
I did know there was a
Quiet.
corpse.
Yeah,
It,
a skeleton. I think I said. Yeah.
so I suppose having seen you guys come out unhurt and that there is no other way to go, I'll go. I suppose it's my duty to go inspect this poor victim. See if I can figure out what did him in, and I'll walk in, and I'll get to his corpse, and I'll start taking notes, including the note, "My God, he's missing an arm."
Fair enough. As you look over the body, make an investigation check.
Yep. Investigate.
Gareth Keenan.
17. You're not quite sure what killed it, but you're definitely sure it wasn't struck with anything.
He wasn't struck with.
There's no
Anything.
damage to any of the bones. It looks like they've just laid here for a very long
And-
time.
I assume I can, considering the party already knows, tell it's a halfling or.
Halfling in size, yeah.
Yeah, would I know if it's a halfling or a child? Would I be able to
With
discern that from the
17,
bone
you'd
shapes?
assume, based on the bones, it's definitely a halfling.
Yeah, I'd imagine they're big feet and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odd.
It
But
was an
having
adult
seen
halfling.
he is missing an arm, I think I am going to say out loud. Right, it seems his unfortunate soul. He clearly hasn't perished here, but someone must have ripped his arm off, and then
And
he
all the
bled
likelihood is
out.
He's not missing a whole arm,
It's just a piece.
just one bone.
Yeah.
Well, he's missing a bone. His arm. It must be he had his arm ripped off or operated on, and this poor fellow must have perished. And as opposed to report it to the authorities, they
Sounds like the
buried him in
machinations
this
of
wall.
wizards.
Well, he barricaded himself in. Perhaps he starved to death.
This is a point. You do know the stones were placed from this side.
Very,
At
very
least I, what
peculiar.
Gloin does, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Would Gloin have told anyone that?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Not for any reason other than he just wouldn't think to, I suppose. Yeah. so
You
maybe
can also
he
now see
starved
the
to death.
stairs with a gentle breeze coming down them.
Possibly
Well-
fresh air up there.
But perhaps there's more evidence upstairs. I don't know. This is all very strange. This is not a normal case.
I think it's our duty to look around in case it's been in any trouble and we can help.
Gloin, as far as I'm concerned, this is now. We are all actively involved in a homicide investigation. We have to find and question the owner of this house, and it appears this is, unless he's locked himself in one of these rooms outside, this does appear to be the only way for us to go.
Well, if the owner of the house is to be investigated in any kind of murder case, it should be up to another knight of the realm to question him. So I suggest you lead the way. You lead the way. And when you get there, let me know.
Okay. So if everyone could group up again, I've got to move you another floor.
Then perhaps Gloin, because he's a soldier. He's like a town guard kind of type. He's sort of like the policeman of the age.
I feel kind of a kindred spirit in Gloin, for being
Go ahead.
a guard type.
There
I
we
work
go.
closely with the guards.
Okay, if you zoom out, you're all now on another floor. You come out onto the small rooftop garden. Small trees and what appears to be loosely disturbed piles of dirt litter the area.
Is this actual like grass and things, or just colour?
It's actual grass.
Mm.
You have no idea how it's up here, and there is definitely soil, and there are trees growing into it.
Very weird.
Perhaps this sorcerer has some skills in druidcraft, or very strange.
Well, magic can do most things these days. These trees might even be real. I would like to closely inspect a tree.
You're currently standing at a bush, but sure. As you closely inspect the plants, make an investigation check.
Alright then. I will.
I would like at some
Where I am, can I see any of these loosely
You can see
disturbed
there's
piles of
small
soil?
piles of dirt. They don't fit in with the grass. 18, that's a nat 20 for you, isn't it?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. These are definitely real bushes. You really wasted that nat 20.
I'm gonna head over, being an inspector and seeing loosely kind of disturbed soil has set alarm bells going in my head, and I am going to walk my way over,
So, you're going to...
do and investigate, if I may.
Okay, roll investigation.
I'll have Gloin shout out hello very shortly.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do the investigation first, then we'll do that. So, for the investigation, something has been buried here. This
Gentlemen.
soil has definitely been placed on has been placed on top of something, not worked up.
Has it been dug out and then poured back in or something?
Basically, yeah.
Well, I suppose I don't know yet, but yeah, cool.
But I was going to say,
I will,
checking for context.
yeah, look it over and kind of jot this all down and mutter to myself, oh, I should have kept that bloody gardener.
And as you shout out hello, Gloin, as Inspector Dots is going over that, you hear a small scurrying. But that's it.
I
rat.
start rushing over to the party, and I'm kind of looking this way and looking that way and seeing more disturbed soil. And I'm going to beckon everyone in.
Yes. What is it?
Yes,
We
yes.
have feminine man.
I believe we may be dealing with more than one victim here. These mounds of dirt. You see, I've seen these in my line of work. Something is buried, and I do not think presents are buried here. I've got
Well,
a horrible feeling
If I could
these
get
are
everyone to
graves.
hold there for a second,
Yeah.
I need to make 2 quick movements.
Perhaps they're graves.
There we go. And if everyone could now roll for initiative for me.
Ah,
And my initiative is going to
Wow.
be quite low, I
oh
reckon.
my god.
Most of the time.
That's fine. Rolling initiative for my 2 creatures.
Form of beat kids.
Okay. And we begin with the rat as the shouting of Gloin and the marching of everyone around the top has caused 2 small swarms
20.
of insects to come up.
29. Sorry.
To come up out of the ground. Rat, your turn.
Insects.
You know,
I would like to. How far away are they?
Measure for you 80 feet. or 70 feet for the centipedes. You've got beetles or centipedes.
I'd like to move. Why is my mouse doing that? I'd like to move 20 feet up.
Now 50 for the centipedes.
Realise I've moved quite far ahead and move 10 more back.
Now 60.
And I'd like to ready a pistole shot for if anything comes within 30 feet of me.
Fair enough. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
End turn. Oh,
Oh, have I not done that one? Hang on.
ready action.
Oh, I will. Here we go.
Must
Okay,
be DM.
end turn will work, and that should work now as well. Okay. So now we move on to this swarm of beetles is going to begin scurrying. Its full movement, and is then going to dash its remaining movement as the swarm of brightly coloured beetles comes towards you. I still think that's within 30 feet of you, though. Nope, 35. And that's the end of that turn. Inspector Dots.
Inspector Dots is startled, very startled indeed. And he is going to kind of move back away from his horrible beetles that are frightening him, and he is going to pull out his guitar. And with this guitar, he is going to sing a merry little song to Gloin. And he shall sing, "Oh, brave Sir Gloin defeats the bugs, does brave Sir Gloin."
Who's Sirloin?
And I give him a bardic inspiration. Worth noting, these work differently. You do have a little musical note start hovering around your heads.
I am feeling inspired, if that's anything.
And then I end my turn. That is all I'm doing.
Okay. The centipedes are going to come into the tree and take.
I'm gonna message you, Matt.
Right.
In the
Okay.
trees, can we see sort of underneath, right through? to
You
the
can see
bugs?
underneath them, yeah. And that has now dashed and come
Oh.
into 20
Shit post,
feet
Matt. Sorry.
for the ready. So do you want to fire at it?
Yeah.
15 will hit. Damage.
You've got a
As-
D6.
As it
That's
seems to not be very effective against a swarm of creatures, a small pistol bullet, but you do skitter through a fair number of them. And that's its turn. Viscount.
Ah, I hope you aren't scared, my lads. It's just a bunch of bugs. I'd like to ready an action if something comes next to me.
Okay, so you hit ready action.
Ready a ready action. Now where would that be?
It's the big yellow button.
Oh yeah. What action will I take? Oh, use my attack action.
Okay, I'm just making you a button for your attack. Because you don't seem to have one on there.
I should have.
You do now, for your great axe.
Well, I definitely made one. That's a bit weird.
That's fine. Okay, if you hit end turn, that should do it.
Yeah.
Gloin, you're up.
I shall take a little walk over to this. And I'm going to give it a wallop with my great axe.
Go for it.
Using the inspiration I have been given.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So,
Roll your attack.
Roll
And
my
then
attack
roll a
and then add it.
d6, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go. For my great
Inspiration dice.
axe, and then D6.
4. A 12 will just hit.
Woohoo!
That's good. Constitution saving
This
throw.
is your con save, yeah.
On save. Gets a 20.
Must succeed a saving throw against your spell save DC
So
or
it's gonna-
take
That's my mid.
Thunder
Definitely less
damage.
than 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's like 13 or something. Yeah.
fair enough.
Is it?
It still takes
I think
swing of a big
it's
axe,
my
by the way.
spell save DC,
Oh, maybe.
Even
yeah.
so, it's not going to be 20.
but it's not
No.
20. It's not far off though.
I thought I'd use it anyway.
I should imagine your spell save DC is what, 14? Or 16?
Mine is. I don't know. I didn't work it out right.
Good
It's
start.
not 20.
My
it's not gonna be
charisma,
20.
my charisma's 18.
So that's plus 4, plus 2, 14.
14. Yeah, mine on my sheet was wrong. It was too low.
I might have a little accent surge.
Ooh. Okay, go for it.
Well, my accent surge. And I'm going to whack it with a great axe again.
Go for it. 12 will hit.
Hey, 12. I don't have any more inspiration anyway.
No. Okay, it's
Just
not
check
looking
that took
great.
it off my count. Yeah, it's cool.
Should have done. I set your token up.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you can do?
Not from this range, I don't think.
You can hit
no,
end
no, I
of
can't
turn when
now.
you're ready.
I am done.
Okay. Right, your turn.
We go, yes. Gonna run up, nibble a little bit on the green stone, and cast a shocking grasp against it.
That is a hit. Roll for damage.
Uh,
And it will take
oh,
So
Then-
that's 8.
and then
As
can't take reactions. So as it's shocked,
it's
gonna run back
okay,
away.
you've actually killed it.
I wasn't looking. I was running away anyway.
Fair enough. So there's now a horrible smell of electrocuted and burning bugs in the air as you run back away.
That's it.
Okay.
End turn.
For Beetle, can it get to anyone? No. So I'm going to have it come down this way to the person who's been making noise. By which I mean Kaneki. And it's going to end its turn there.
Kaneki is visibly alarmed.
Like a swarm of beetles. Oh, actually, you can enter your space, but I'm going to forget about. I forgot about that.
And Kaneki is going to disengage.
Fair enough.
And Kaneki is going to end his turn.
Fair enough. The centipedes are dead. Moving on. Viscount, you're back.
I'm going to stand my ground, wave my axe in the air, and looking at the slaying of the other group of beetles, I'm going to be like, "Well done, lads, there's another one over here. Come on, do your bidding." And I would like to ready an action for if he comes
Well,
within melee
You've still
range.
got it set from last turn, so I think you can just press end.
Yes, as soon as I find the button, I will do that. There it is.
Glowing, you're up.
Okay, 15. And 25. I will protect you, Mr. Bard. I'm going to stand my ground.
Fair enough.
Maybe readying an attack if I.
Ready and attack, sure. If you
Press,
press
yeah.
ready action and just press attack.
Where's my button? There it is.
Needs to-
Comes in range. I will use my attack action. Cool.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, right, your turn.
I'm gonna How far away is it?
Not that far.
Oh,
20 feet.
15. No. 15. I'm going to come up. To here. No, actually, I'm going to stand behind these two well-armored, fighty-looking chaps, and I'm going to ready a shocking grasp for if it comes next to me.
Okay. This thing is going to walk over and get destroyed, isn't it? Okay, it's going when you're ready. It is going to move its 20 feet into the Viscount square, and
will-
everyone swing your attacks.
Yeah, I was going to say I wasn't going to attack, but now it's entered my personal space. I'm definitely going to attack. Ooh, excuse
16,
me.
23, they both hit. And cutting that damage down.
I assume I'm
That is a hit
adept
roll
enough
for
with my
damage.
axe to not strike the Viscount.
To be fair, I don't think you'd beat his armor class.
Oh yeah. 16. That's probably okay actually, yeah.
Yeah. So if I just get damage from you, I can do it all at once. Right. 6.
Six.
Okay. So
I'm rolling
6.
high today. Real.
Okay. It is still alive, and it is going to attack the Viscount
Oh. Was it
for an 18. Okay. 7 points of piercing damage as they climb up inside your armor.
You going to do that to me, or do I need to?
I can do that to you if you like. Oh, hang on, I'll have to move the bugs off
Yeah.
first.
They're retreating.
There we go. Okay, that's the end of their turn. If everyone presses
Can
ready action again, it should remove your readied action.
I can't because there's a swarm of beetles on my
Oh,
face.
Let
that
me
triggered
move
my
that
ready
off.
action.
I've now selected both of them and
Yeah.
can't see them. There you go. Now select yourself.
Right, now all I need to do is find. Oh, there it is.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, back to it. Inspector Dots.
Having seen this kerfuffle and one of my new comrades being attacked, I am going to, even though I'm a bit shaky and a bit creeped out, I'm going to take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. And with that, I am going to pull out my light crossbow
Ooh.
and I am going to steady my aim. And I am going to shoot at the swarm of beetles.
Fair enough. Make your attack roll. 13 will hit.
Can I use my reaction to shout at him?
Yeah, sure.
You, yeah.
What
You
the
already used
bloody
your
hell are you
reaction.
doing? Shooting bloody bolts at me? It's just some
As
bugs.
it just whizzes past your eyes and just catches like 2 which are trying to bite at your eyes. Okay, that's not enough to finish them off.
Yeah, worry not. I've got a very steady hand. It comes with the business, I'm afraid.
Viscount, it's your turn.
How dare you do me damage? You foul creature, I say as I take a step back, which I can't do. Oh,
There we go.
I've done it.
There you go.
And I would like to hit it.
Okay, make your attack roll. An 8 is a miss.
Alright, in that case I won't use smite.
As you slam an axe down into the ground and it just sort of moves around it.
Can I continue my movement? Or
Yeah, you can continue your movement.
Alright, I will move over to the corpse of his friend.
Okay, and you
Or
take an
friends.
attack of opportunity. An 8
Shocking
does not
grasp.
hit you. Oh yeah, shocking grass. It can't do reactions. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
It didn't matter if it didn't hit. Okay,
And that's me.
you have the button.
End turn. There we go.
Oh, this is me. I better have a crack at it then.
Yeah.
The wallop, if I can. No.
10 is a miss. Man, you guys are rolling low for this fight.
I just realised my 8 was a natural 1.
Yeah. So, the lowest you can roll is 8. That is also a miss, unfortunately.
Too close to throw anything. I think. Even my ability.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the rat.
Rat is going to disengage
Okay.
and retreat back a little bit
Fair enough.
in turn.
Okay. The swarm of beetles is left with the option of attacking Gloy. Does an 18
on.
hit?
Yes.
Okay. It also crawls inside your armor and deals 3 points of piercing damage, as small bites nip into your boots and everything else that has a gap. That's its turn.
I would like to do 2 things this turn.
Ooh.
I'm going to start off by using the light crossbow again, doing another deep breathing exercise, and on the exhale, unleash a bolt. Oof.
7. It unfortunately just flies off into the dirt nearby.
Well, there's not as many left now.
I look a little bit dejected, and then let's just see if this works. I heal 7 hit points to the Viscount.
Oh. Oh,
You
thank you. That's exactly how much damage I took.
Well, I see how it is then.
To be fair, you took a lot less.
Yeah, I only did 3.
Okay, Viscount, it's your turn.
Well, I suppose this thing's been around for long enough, might as well end it. And I'll hit it.
Right.
With a normal attack. Which is that button.
11 is a miss.
I'm visibly
To be fair, there's like 3 of them left.
upset. Yeah, you just see this giant orc just like I'm taking them out. I'm taking beetles out, just not that many. Not enough to make a difference.
Mm.
I could use a bonus action to do a vow of enmity. Am I that petty? Probably not against bugs, to be honest. Not
Hey,
against
Gloy.
other sentient creatures.
Let's hope you can roll better this time.
Let's, yeah. Toby hits him with his great axe. Getting visibly frustrated at missing.
18 is a hit.
Yeah.
As you
12
slam
damage.
down on the last few as they
Jeez.
drop.
With the flat of my axe this time.
Just think, Gloin. They're small. As they are crushed under it. And that is the end of combat.
I am victorious.